I wanted to do a food tour themed around rice.
This one's getting a little food dance, I'm not gonna lie.
Right? People would literally drive from all over Ontario just to try his legendary Syrian shawarma.
Oh,
Look, an emotional moment.
I'm having a bit of an emotional moment right now. What's up everybody, I'm Brooke Houghton, and today we're headed on a food journey through Mississauga with my friend and food tour host, Aashim Aggarwal. I live in downtown Toronto without a car, so I don't get out there as much as I'd like, but Aashim actually grew up in Mississauga and knows the food scene like the back of his hand. So that's why he's gonna be taking us to 3 must-try restaurants, and the catch is everything we try today is going to include rice. Let's head on out.
Tell me a little about this specialty food tour we're going on and the food tours you usually do.
I run private food tours all over the GTA, and it's all about introducing people to cuisines, neighborhoods, and restaurants that they haven't visited before and that I think are really worth exploring and supporting. And what I do with each food tour is I will take people's requests and then I will design a custom itinerary just for that day, for that group. So today for Brooke, I wanted to do a food tour themed around rice because who doesn't love rice? It's the world staple food, but also I don't think we realize just how many different ways in which people make and enjoy rice around the world. So this is just a little sneak peek into that. We're starting at Pho Ngoc Yen, a Vietnamese institution in Mississauga. Beautiful spot, some iconic dishes. Then we're gonna move on to Yassine's because you cannot leave Mississauga without trying shawarma. And then finally, we're going to end at an incredible Filipino street food spot called Carinderia for dessert.
We're going to be ranking these restaurants, and as hard as that is, because I know they are his children, we are going to be picking our favorites. So what we're going to be ranking on today is first, taste out of 5. How does this food come across? What's the overall flavor palette, the quality of ingredients? Second is going to be price. You know, is what you're getting worth paying for? What's the quality of ingredients? Is it affordable? Is it just worth it overall in general? And then our third last one is going to be ambiance. This is going to take the vibe check of the restaurant, how the food's presented, and just the overall vibe and ambiance that we're getting inside. That'll overall score of 15 and see how they rank. So I'm excited. Let's try our first one.
So this is the MN15 at Pho Ngoc Yen. It's a dish of the chef's invention. So what we have here at the front is the barbecue lemon leaf chicken. So it has this really nice tang and aroma to it. And then this is the fried coconut sticky rice patties. This is your classic sweetened fish sauce for dipping. It is just such a perfect dish.
I am so excited. Let's dive into this right now.
Little cheers.
Take a bite.
That was so good. It's like perfect amount of crunchy, but it's sweet and soft in the inside. I really want to dip it. Is this a dipper?
Oh, go for the dip.
Okay.
You gotta dip it. Add a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more depth.
I had a little dip on the top. I'm actually doing a very advanced chopstick. It's called the reverse.
Oh wow.
I love this. I don't think I've had anything quite like this. I've definitely had fried rice patties before, but the texture on this is so interesting.
The crunch, but then on the inside, the rice is almost a little creamy, like almost like
It's almost like a hash brown potato.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it. I love it. It is pretty good. Should we go for the chicken?
We gotta
It's just
go for
kind of,
the chicken.
it's
It
sitting there.
is
It's taunting me. I need
tender.
it. It is so gorgeous. Cheers. That's really good. This one's getting a little food dance, I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
I really like it.
It's like aromatic, like you almost feel it's like floral taste in your mouth from the how lemony and bright it is, but it's not like a super punchy lemon because lemon leaf has that kind of balanced floral nature to it. So it's just you're getting lemon in a bunch of forms with really good dark meat, super tender, super flavorful.
Love that. And I am a dark meat fan. I'm dark meat over white meat.
Oh, me too.
It's just 100% better.
A rice and chicken dish you would never expect to have almost like a tropical taste to it, but you bring coconut, lemon, all these like floral, fruity, balanced flavors, and it's just incredible. Like your mouth is like singing when you eat them.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's just a hint of the char and smoke on the chicken, so it's just like this little bit of bitterness is actually really balancing everything else out.
Show the camera what we're working with next.
All right, we have the goi kun, which is the fresh rolls. On the outside, you have the rice paper that is, used in so many dishes in Vietnamese cuisine. Inside it, it's filled with bun, which is a round rice noodle. So you got rice on the outside, and then you got rice on the inside, and both serve completely different purposes. One is a filling, and one's a wrapper. And then here we have the beautiful peanut dipping sauce that goes super well and adds a punch of flavor.
Cheers. Guys, I took a very ambitious big bite.
You would just never expect a pork and shrimp dish to be this kind of light, balanced.
I'll do the other half so I'm not double dipping, guys. Those are house rules. Ooh, look at that peanut. Now we're going to flip it out and pray nothing comes out the bottom.
You're going for the big bites. As you can tell, it's a little bit chewy. So the sauce that's served is almost like as much for flavor as like a lubricant for your mouth. Helps it go down.
100%.
Yeah?
You can definitely taste the quality here,
Yeah.
which is really, really what's important.
And that mint flavor, so nice. That's what I love about both the first dishes that we've tried is as much as it's delicious, both of them are also like a sensory experience because they're presented beautifully and they smell like so aromatic.
We've snacked. The food was absolutely delicious. Let's get on to it. For taste, I'm going to give this spot a 4.5. The flavors were also fresh. I think the quality of ingredients really shone through. The flavorness, the tenderness, everything was so well thought out and well cooked. Moving on to ambiance of the restaurant, I rarely give 5s, but this one is an absolute 5. It is so unassuming on the outside. You have industrial buildings all around, and then inside it is literally like an oasis paradise. This is incredible. It's definitely a destination spot.
For sure.
It's a date spot. It's a bring somebody here. You want to eat in. And then moving on to price, I think this was really great quantity for value. Like when you look at the chicken dish and then we look at our fresh rolls, that's just around $30 for 2 people, so really $15 each.
It's hard to find.
Yeah, in 2023.
That's great.
We're headed on over to our second location. We're grabbing some shawarma. I haven't been out in Mississauga for so long. I don't have a car and I live in downtown, so getting out here is always a challenge. Thank you for driving.
I got you.
So it is really nice just kind of like see the city.
And Mississauga is huge.
It's
Like,
massive.
it's like the 6th biggest city in Canada, and I just don't think people realize it. It's more than just a suburb at this point. It's like it's its own thing.
How did you get into foodie culture? Because you are such an expert. Like when we're chatting about food, guys, the knowledge this man has is
you.
pretty unparalleled, and the passion behind it too.
Growing up, I was lucky. My mom would make fresh food every day, so I got to eat just really delicious things every day that my mom made. My family and I immigrated to Canada in 2004, and both my parents kind of had to get multiple jobs just to, figure out and stabilize their life here. So I wasn't getting my mom's fresh food. Instead, I was starting to eat a lot of frozen food and trying like fish sticks and chicken pockets and like all kinds of stuff for the first time. And so a lot of my relationship with food growing up was kind of being a glutton, come home from school, eat a spoonful of peanut butter straight out the jar kind of.
I feel that.
Yeah, but then I ended up going to university in Vancouver. I went to business school there, didn't end up loving it. So I was like, all right, in my first year, instead of doing an internship in the summer, I want to do the furthest thing from it. So somehow I found a farm on Google that's in Newmarket. I emailed them. They said, sure, come stay with us for the summer, even though you know nothing about farming. I learned about what it meant to, get the food from seed to on the table. It was a really beautiful, kind of life-changing experience that made me appreciate food in a different way. That wasn't just like, oh, I want to eat the tasty thing next. And so because of that, I started to actually do a sustainable agriculture degree alongside my marketing degree at school. And when I moved back to Toronto, I started working downtown Toronto in a corporate job, still food related, but there aren't really a whole lot of farms downtown Toronto. So yeah, I came back and I was like, I want to, this connection with food that I've built, I want to keep it going. I just need to do it in a different way. And I was like, I loved eating here as a kid, but I want to get to know the food scene. So I booked a Scarborough food tour that I had found online, and I went on the food tour. This guy named Danny, Local Vibe Tours, amazing human. After the tour ended, I basically was like, can I ask you a couple questions about how you do this? And I grilled him for 4 hours, and he was super nice, an open book. And from there, it was actually right around that time that Airbnb started Airbnb experiences. So I just applied, being like, hopefully they accept me and I can try this out. They did. I started my first food tour in the West Queen, West Parkdale area, and it was suddenly like I was sharing this deep passion that I had built and this slice of my city with people that were visiting, and it was just so powerful. Something about sharing food with people, seeing their joy. Yeah, it's such a connector. The conversations, and just like when people eat that one dish that I remember, like, you know, how much I enjoyed the first time I had it, seeing that same joy on people's faces is just so fulfilling for me.
I love that. And I'm so happy that like we're doing this right now. You're showing me Mississauga, your roots. We're doing rice, which is also such a connective thing. Just a lot of connections going on, guys. I'm really hyped for our next spot.
This is one of the most legendary shawarma spots in Mississauga, and shawarma is just such a big part of Mississauga's food culture. It is our go-to food in the city, and really Mississauga has contributed the most to the rise of Middle Eastern foods popularity in Canada, because the original Paramount, that's from Mississauga, the original Osmos, that's from Mississauga, and there's a dish that Mississauga has invented, which started at Osmos, and it's called chicken on the sticks and chicken on the rocks. Chicken on the sticks is chicken shawarma on fries, and then chicken on the rocks, or here at Yassine's they call it chicken on the stones, is chicken on rice. If you go to Toronto, if you go to any other part of the GTA, nobody has ever heard of this, but I want people to know that Mississauga has this shawarma culture all of its own, really inspired by people from all over the Middle East. Yassine's reflects the contribution of Syrian refugees that from 2011 all the way until today have found their way to Canada and have brought with them their incredible cuisine. Chef Yassine, for example, was a very talented shawarma master in Damascus, Syria. And so he's brought his talents to Canada. And when he first came, he was working at a bunch of other shawarma spots. He didn't have the money, he didn't have the resources to start his own. And it got to the point where people would just follow him wherever he went, because it was Yassine that made the shawarma incredible at these places. Finally, Yassine was able to open up his own spot, and despite him opening just before COVID, people would literally drive from everywhere in the GTA, well beyond, all over Ontario, just to try his legendary Syrian shawarma.
Woo. I'm excited. So what dish are we trying today?
We had to get the chicken on the stones. Again, we got the chicken shawarma, we got tons of garlic sauce and hot sauce, and then hiding underneath is their beautiful perfumed aromatic rice.
Cheers!
Cheers, let's try it. The chicken.
I have an experience.
Silence is a good thing, you know it's good.
Yeah. The flavors in there. The aftertaste is so good too.
Right? It just...
like you can taste all those herbs and spices just like blooming in your mouth. And the chicken is so thinly sliced but like perfectly cut.
True shawarma, straight sliced off the grill, onto your pita, onto your sage, onto rice. That is what gets you that incredible texture of the juicy chicken, and then that crisp on top.
Oh, I need another bite. This is definitely, you can tell.
Just look at how thin that is. Look at how thin the chicken is. Like,
yeah, it's so delicious.
We have feasted, and now it's time to rate. Coming on down for taste off the bat, I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5. This was some of the best shawarma I have ever eaten. I haven't had a lot of Syrian food, so some of those spices and flavors were new to me, and they were so just delicious and full in your mouth. Like I can still taste them. The sauces were perfect. They were light, like we were talking before, not too heavy. When it came down to the actual meat itself, so thinly cut, so tender and delicious, well seasoned without being overpowering. So for price, this was $12.99. For so much protein and so much rice, I have to give that a 5 out of 5 because I think that value is kind of unparalleled.
Yeah.
Like for me personally, I could definitely, if I was trying to stretch my dollar, split this up into 2 meals at home and have like one for dinner and then split it up in half for lunch.
I can eat one in one sitting,
Yeah.
but I'll eat a small dinner after. Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing it back to the ambiance, this restaurant is definitely takeout centric, so you have to kind of keep that in mind when doing these ratings. So I would give it a 4 out of 5 for that reason. You know, it's clean, it's tidy, you have places to seat, great service. So overall, for a takeout place, you're not gonna ask for much more. So let's see if our third place takes the winning spot or not.
You're gonna love it too. I'm confident.
Okay, let's go eat, guys. So we're at our third location of the day. So hyped. I love Filipino food, so I'm definitely excited to dive into this dessert. We're at Dolly's restaurant. What's this place called? And tell us a little bit about it.
So this restaurant's name is Carinderia, and Carinderia in Tagalog literally means street stall. So this is meant to kind of bring back her memories of the street food in Manila. So there's a hot table on one side, and there's a little dessert station that, you know, everything is made in-house. And there's so many specialty dishes on the menu too. She really thinks of herself as an ambassador of the Philippines. The dessert that we're having is called Ginatang Bilo Bilo. Ginatang basically means cooked with coconut milk. So you're getting a kind of thick coconut stew. And then you're just getting a bunch of starchy toppings. Some banana, we got some kind of jackfruit slivers, and we have sweet potato, we have all kinds of stuff. And then the Bilo Bilo part is from these guys here. These are essentially rice flour balls that are cooked in with the coconut milk. You know, if you have bubble tea and you're having pearls, that lovely chew that you get, that's exactly what you're gonna get with this dessert. Some people like it hot, some people like it cold. We're getting it hot right now.
Dolly said she even liked it partially frozen almost,
Yeah.
like ice cream. She said it was almost like vegan ice cream. And if you don't finish it, maybe refreeze?
Oh my god. You cannot finish this. This looks like a small bowl, but one person, if they ate this, that is a whole meal.
I feel safe.
It's a hug. It's a warm hug.
Oh,
It's like an emotional moment.
I'm having a bit of an emotional moment right now, guys.
She misses her ex. No, I'm kidding. No.
Absolutely called out during this food review, guys.
Happens to everyone.
Food tours and food readings.
Mm-hmm.
This is so good. It is.
Right? And you know, warm is, it's nice too. Like, it's good at all temperatures. It's a different vibe. Like,
It's so sweet and perfectly balanced. It's warm.
but not
it's
like
cuddly.
sugary sweet.
Exactly,
Like
it's natural
fruity,
sweet.
naturally like tropical.
Yeah, it doesn't. I feel like a lot of desserts nowadays, what puts me off of them is it tastes too artificially sweet. You also just had a little moment there. So you're like,
I just so comforting. It's like,
it is so comforting.
this is like, if my mother was a dessert, she would be this. Like,
I would agree. This feels like.
uh,
I don't know your mom personally, but I'm assuming she's a nice lady.
it's a warm, loving, nourishing woman. I don't know.
Overall, I'm gonna give this food a 5 out of 5. This dessert,
Yes.
it blew me out of the water.
So good.
It was so incredible, and it had everything going against it for me personally. I don't like warm desserts, not a fan of rice-based desserts, and it's my favorite thing I've tasted today. Moving on to price point, I have to say this is great value for price here. And although it may look small to you guys, it probably weighs, we were saying, like,
Like a pound.
Yeah.
It's a meal. If you ate this on your own, you would be full.
definitely. So it's definitely for sure worth the value. So
Yeah.
for that, giving this a 4.5 out of 5. So for ambiance, it is such a great little hangout spot. We have the gorgeous little twinkle lights going back, street style counters. Honestly, this is a great place, whether you're grabbing takeout or if you're wanting to sit down. I really think you could go either way. So for me, solid 4 out of 5 for decor. So we have eaten at all 3 of our locations, and it is time to rank these bad boys. Coming in at number 1, Fonakyan, a 14 out of 15,
Wow.
which is pretty impressive, but I have to say I'm not really surprised that this is ranking first. The restaurant was absolutely magical. It was gorgeous, it was beautiful, from the food to the dishes to the ambiance to the price point.
Absolutely.
Everything was really incredible there.
All 3 have great food. This just has that incredible experience overall.
And then, of course, our second place was actually tied. Guys, this one was so tight because all the food was so amazing. We had Yasin Shawarma and Carinderia, both scoring 13.5. First, I want to dive into Aashim shawarma. It is incredible. I don't think I've had a meat that is that tasty before. It was so thinly sliced. It was delicious. It definitely had a great ambiance for a takeout spot. I feel like that's what we do really have to consider when looking at that score. Moving on to our third spot of the day, I definitely think dessert took my heart, which honestly took me for a little bit of a surprise. Really fun vibe inside. It's great for takeout or sitting down. Definitely like a hangout spot I would go to with my friends.
They're both just very good at what they do, and they have this kind of identity and community around them that's really beautiful.
What was your favorite of the day? It's hard to choose.
It's very tough, but a longtime favorite of mine since the first time I went is Funakien's MN15. That fried coconut sticky rice with the barbecue lemon leaf chicken. So consistent, so delicious, perfectly cooked. You just can't get that anywhere else. I think anybody that loves food has to travel to Funakien just to try it.
I love it. Oh,
So good.
you hit it here first, guys. Make sure to check out all these incredible Mississauga spots. And thank you guys for tuning on in. For Narcity, I'm Brooke Houghton.
And I'm Aashim. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more content just like this.